Attention, little people, I have an announcement.
These commentaries were originally recorded from April to June of 2024. I love the show and people and the focus on the positive, but with all that said, here's what is more. The guests love the show and people too, but are allowed to speak their mind. The critiques they share and opinions they bear are only theirs, not mine.
I think you mean ours?
Well, yeah.
Opinions are kinda like jellyfish. I mean, they're flown and change shape a lot. Not all opinions shared banter reflect our true and current thought. These have been re-edited to keep the commentary in sync. I only muted what I wanted to cut so the track can show a link. So if you hear some silence, you'll understand why, folks. And me and Kev apologize for our incessant inside jokes. Lastly, not all commentaries turned out as good as others. Some days it didn't flow as well, but we always recovered.
And if you're not watching the show along with our commentary, you might be confused as to what we're talking about, which is kind of a given. But if you're like a crazy super fan who knows every detail of every episode, have at it. With all of that out of the way,
Enjoy the show!
Okay.
Okie doke.
Yay, St. Nicholas Cage. Time to see some fighting vegetable.
St. Nicholas Cage. So we're watching St. Nicholas on May 3rd.
Yeah, Merry Christmas, everybody. It's Christmas in July, in May.
It's Christmas in July in May, yeah.
Merry almost half miss.
Come all to the tinsel and the light.
So
Grandpa
Finn.
rocking the river rescue.
Welcome
So Finn.
Christmas.
It does kind of sound like that. What's up, Kip?
So, who are you, who am I, and who are we here with?
You keep having to remind me. I'm Finn. Hi. And I'm here with my co-host and friend Kev Messick, as well as my friend CEC Blender.
Hello there.
Of the channel CEC Blender. Talented fella who has not seen this episode, and I'm kind of sad that your first exposure to this episode is going to have us talking over it, but you know.
I mean, the first time I've heard about VeggieTales was like around 2009.
When this one came out.
That's the year this came out, yeah.
Every now that time.
Can't do it. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't.
I'm sorry.
Jimmy.
Days.
He was made for that Santa outfit. Here we go.
Yes.
I already gave.
Santa Jimmy.
Yes. I was.
That was my original claim to fame in this community.
It was. I freaked out when I found out that was you. I think I found out on the podcast.
Oh my
too.
You did, yeah.
And I was like, "What? That was you?" Hey yo. I'm sorry, but I can't see Dad, Carrot, and Archibald on the screen at the same time. It's overwhelming. It's overstimulating.
Yeah.
Oh, I always liked Jerry Claus. Or Jimmy Claus.
Jimmy Claus, yeah. He
Claus.
does look good in the costume. So, CEC Blender, would you consider yourself a VeggieTales fan, or is it like a passive interest?
Let me see. I like VeggieTales, but I don't watch it all the time. I'm usually doing other stuff in the background.
Fair.
So I'm pretty passive with it. But if I would have the chance, I would animate the series if I wanted to.
That would be cool.
Oh, nice.
I bet you do a good job too.
Yeah.
Maybe. I think I would need some practice with the whole squash and stretch animation style.
Yeah, well, VeggieTales would be a good way to do that. Best of Christmas Day. Oh, we hope.
Who's a good fellow? Oh, who's a good fellow? I'm sorry.
I like this part of the song right here. Just the, I always like the part of the song where, like, they kind of sing the whole thing again, and the character who was singing his part pops back in to sing their part type of thing.
Yeah.
Which is, you know, I guess just a perfect description of what's happening now.
Very
but
fun.
there are other songs like that. I just can't think of which ones. Like, we're Vikings type of thing.
Yeah.
We're Vikings.
Or like you will get more when Larry comes in to sing. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Oh, well, there.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Gus Otto.
There's me.
Yep.
I'm Gustav, and Kev is Dad Carrot.
Now do I realize
That's right.
what cars, like, what do the cars take? Vegetable oil?
Vegetable, you know, that's a good
Vegetable
question.
oil, I like that.
I like that too.
I'll lose my job.
He'll lose his job. That would make more sense than gasoline. I can't imagine vegetables handling gasoline.
Yeah, like the freaking cars are just ran off of their just deceased like family members or something. That's kind of dark.
Oh no! Oh wait, it runs off their deceased family members.
Yeah.
Oh no! It's like a creepypasta.
Yeah, I can already see someone making it, but who knows?
Bob's like, "Thank you, Grandma, for helping me get to the grocery store one last time."
Oh my gosh.
I like how Bob almost ruined a bunch of kids' childhoods in that scene. If you know, you know.
Eh,
Let me ask you this.
Junior
I wouldn't know anything.
What's Christmas about?
Junior looking concerned.
Turkeys, juicy hams, and sweet potatoes.
He's so real for that too.
I agree with Jimmy.
I'm not the biggest fan of sweet potatoes.
Also, I've heard Phil Vischer do that laugh in real time on our podcast. He went.
Also, I've heard your mom do that laugh in real time.
Uh-oh. We need to talk after this.
That's a great question.
Okay.
Let's find out.
Book sale.
I love
Bob
it
did
when
not
we
buy it. Bob did not buy it. He just took it. The
Wow.
book sale stand, he just picked up the book and walked off.
He's a thief. He's a thief among us.
I guess he's borrowing it. Maybe he puts it back in the end.
Yeah.
The chimney with care. Do they show him putting it back? St. Nicholas soon would be there.
I don't think so.
It should have said, like, free library or something like that.
Yeah.
I like how Scooter's in the background walking. It adds some life to the background. I always appreciate in a show where they put time and effort into the background, like making the cars drive by.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually like things like that.
Yeah,
Like
like
everything look alive.
Remolded. CEC Blender, you at least know what remolded is, right? Rack Shack and Benny remolded.
We can remold it. Nope.
Oh no! So a friend
Really?
of mine and Kev's remade the entire Rack Shack and Benny episode. You've seen Rack Shack and Benny, right?
I am uncultured.
But you've seen that episode, right? Rack Shack and Benny.
Do
Do you know what it is?
No.
Oh no, that's one of the classics, man. So if you ever go back and watch VeggieTales, I would start from the beginning because it's fun to see how it progresses, type of thing. But Rack Shack and Benny is like the 4th episode, and I said that like I wasn't sure. I am sure it's the 4th episode. And Gord Animations redid the whole thing and made it look so much better because it came out in 1995 because VeggieTales is an old show, and he took it and he gave it some oomph, you know.
Oh.
They're gonna catch some fish today.
Wait, I just realized this place is called Grease. Everyone here is vegetables. What is it? Like vegetable grease or fish grease?
Vegetable grease, I like that. Or since they're fishing, it's a mix of vegetable grease and fish grease.
That
Yeah.
doesn't sound appetizing.
I like how Bob went, "Are you done?" Well, Blender, it depends on what you fry in it, you know?
I like salmon, so maybe vegetable oil with salmon might sound good. I don't know.
Maybe. I'm not a big fish guy, if I'm being honest. I'm not a real fishy fella.
Yeah, same
I
here.
like fried fish with mayonnaise on a sandwich
Oh.
and pickles. I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like the skin on the fish. I don't care for
Yeah,
that.
me neither. Actually, I remember like when I told my mom like, "Oh, why on earth do you want to buy that fish?" And she says like, "It has eyes." Every time that she looks at it, she's like, "Why would you eat me? Why do you want to eat me?" And she just sees the fish staring
She
down. At
sympathized with it.
Yeah.
Oh, somebody just announced the toy that saved Christmas repacked.
the
Oh.
fish.
Oh boy.
Oh.
The toy
That'll
that
be-
saved Christmas repacked.
Yeah.
I think I know that one a tiny bit. Everyone who has arms, tie the knot and pull.
That's right.
Yep.
That would be me.
That'd be me. I love Buzzsaw Louie's voice.
Yeah.
That'd be me. I'm on an adventure. At least I was.
Is that a carrot or is that a
Until that
mango?
zucchini with the big dumpy got in the way.
What?
I was gonna try not to bring up how the characters have big dumpies today, but you've.
They're like Pixar moms.
I guess you did it for me. He's massive. Look at that. Look at that zucchini man.
Yeah.
But
You can tell he was built like with the Mr. Nezzer base model. At least it kind of looks like it. Maybe I'm wrong. It kind of looks like they used Nezzle. It looks like they used Nezzer as at least a reference for building him.
VeggieTales characters are like Pixar moms.
Some of them are.
In terms of
Petunia's not.
No, yeah.
Madam Blueberry, I feel like she probably is.
Yeah.
Bob.
Nezzer.
Jimmy.
Zucchini Big Dumpy? I don't think so.
Isn't the zucchini like the large one with the boxing gloves?
That's Goliath. He's a pickle.
The big giant pickle. The zucchini's the one who talks like this.
So he's been basically soaking in vinegar his entire life.
Basically, yeah. It's all soaked in. It got real juicy.
It would have been funny if in Dave he was just like leaking vinegar the whole time. Like every time he jumped, there was like a splotch of like vinegar.
Or whenever he's sweating. Whenever he sweats vinegar.
He sweats vinegar. I can see that. I can see that. Goliath wouldn't be pleasant to be on a hot elevator with.
Oh, if he was soaking in vinegar, that might explain why he's so big.
Yeah, it could.
Yeah.
Must have been a massive jar. He probably broke the jar when he, grew to outgrow it.
Nicholas, are you listening to me?
I don't know what fruit or vegetable. Is he a mango or is he a carrot?
He
is a pepper.
I was gonna say I think he's some sort of pepper.
Yeah.
The lighting is very bright, but I like it. It looks nice.
Mm-hmm.
This is just a nice episode. I like
the water looks nice too.
The sunset on the water looks nice.
The water looks nice for how old this movie is.
Yeah, it's 2009, so that is pretty good for 2009. I mean, Pixar and Disney were doing good water earlier, but like.
What? No, VeggieTales has always been far ahead of Disney and Pixar. What are you talking about, Finn?
I mean, in some aspects, yes. As we all know, Pixar called Big Idea.
That's right.
Which people still believe. No, it was a joke, but people took it literally, and they keep talking about it. Phil made a joke about how Pixar called Big Idea to discuss
to ask how they did chewing animation. Yeah.
Chewing animation.
It was a joke he made in a commentary, and people took that literally. And there was like a 10 facts you didn't know about VeggieTales video, and they were like, "Did you know that Pixar executive?" And they even like named the guy like by name, I think. And they were like called up Phil Vischer and asked him how to, and Phil was like, "Nope, that was a joke."
Oh my goodness.
He and Phil have the same problem. Sometimes we make jokes that don't sound like jokes.
Yeah, I think that's.
See, that's why you need to be like me, Finn. I never joke.
Yeah. Well, you don't know how.
That's right.
You're just so naturally funny. It's not even a joke at that point.
Ouch. Am I a joke, Finn?
You're
Is that all I am to you?
You're a joke. No, I said you're so naturally funny that it doesn't qualify as a joke anymore because that's how you communicate. Yeah.
My life is a joke, a trifle, a folly. Even my dog is a melancholy.
Oh my goodness!
I really.
It took me so long to get that one.
It did not take me long,
but I didn't know what melancholy meant for a long time.
You really are a joke, Kev.
I am. Yeah.
I don't know what a melancholy is.
You sound like my parents right now, Finn.
Did you think that Madame Blueberry had like some fatwa? I keep saying fatwa. This is like the third time now. Did you think she had like some fatwa against melons or something? So that was like her insult saying her dog was a melon.
I just didn't put any second thought into it. Like,
yeah. The sad part.
What happened?
Mr. Lunt and Jimmy really carry this episode. Mr. Lunt's character is very funny. And Jimmy almost serves as like the Mr. Lunt in the real world in the story.
Mm-hmm.
He's like the comedic relief. The Gourds always were.
Mm-hmm.
It was always the Gourds.
What happened to Nick's parents, Bob?
What happened to Nick's parents, Bob?
They must be crazy. Right, Finn?
Bob.
They died. Yeah, they are crazy. Yeah, I get it now. They are crazy. The gourds.
Yeah.
Must be crazy.
He still had plenty of food.
I like how they just cut back to him just sad, like they died. They just died, and that's that's it. No leading up to that, really. No dramatic climax. Just they're dead.
Yeah.
I guess they probably couldn't have done that any differently. If they made it too dramatic, that would be sad. They probably just stayed on the line of how sad they could make it, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it would have been interesting had there been some more obvious risk involved with what his parents did, type of thing.
Yeah.
Like if it was made more obvious that they were risking their lives by helping these sick people.
I do not know why, but for some reason, I just got reminded of the movie where someone kills Santa and then they turn into Santa.
The Santa
Claus. Yeah.
That's a great movie.
Good movie. So Jimmy killed Santa?
Yes.
I appreciate the background carrots in this episode because they look like they put time into making them look kind of.
Yeah, they're all kind
of. Yeah, they all look unique. That's what it is.
They look like peas if they got elongated and turned orange.
They do kind of look like that, yeah.
Yeah.
They got those dot eyes. I'm not sure why more of the background characters couldn't have had normal eyes. I guess it was to signify that they weren't going to add much to the story and they were just there to be the crowd.
Yeah.
It's almost like if they have full eyes, you expect them to be adding something.
So are carrots movie. A second? Are peas and carrots second-class citizens in the VeggieTales universe?
Second-class
aside
citizens.
from Laura.
I mean,
and
I
the
guess
French peas.
Depends on your definition of second-class citizens. I guess. You mean citizens who don't do anything type of thing, or people who aren't
sort of, yeah, just they aren't important.
They aren't involved in the community.
Right. Yeah, they're just the narrators. They don't get involved.
Goodbye, Nicholas. He did Octavius dirty. He could have given him a better goodbye than that. To leave for that long and not give his friend a better goodbye, I would be more peeved if I was Octavius.
Man,
if you're gonna book it, at least let your friends know.
I wish Octavius would do me dirty.
Why?
Well, hold up.
That one's probably gonna get edited.
No, I'm leaving it.
Nice.
You dig your own grave, Kev.
Nick and the crew spent several years.
This is the third episode where they do the funny map thing. I think it was Josh and Little Joe, maybe Mo.
Yeah.
Definitely Josh and Joe.
I don't remember it in Mo, but they might have still done it.
I can't remember either. Definitely Josh and definitely.
I always like the design of that chef character back there.
Yeah, I like him too. He looks nice. He was in something else too, but I don't know what. Also, I like how Larry falls from the sky.
Yeah.
In this song too, I like it. It's just kind of nice. I like that shot. His chin. He grew a chin. Character development.
Yeah.
So he's an adult now, I guess.
No,
Larry,
I don't think.
Yes.
Or is he a teenager?
I don't know.
How old was he in the beginning? How old is Nicholas?
Huh.
I felt like he was I imagined he was 12 or 13 in the beginning, type of thing. He didn't seem
He's a pet.
He didn't give off the vibes of a junior kid, but he didn't give off the vibes of Larry's age. I don't know, maybe he is Larry's age because they said in the commentary they wanted another fun character who was close to Larry's age. So yeah. I guess maybe he was a teenager and grew into an adult. That's my guess. Since Larry's an adult and they said he was close to Larry's age, I'm guessing he started as a teen and became an adult.
I like this part.
Oh,
also,
brother.
I remember hearing about something Christmas first originated in Norway or something.
Norway.
Yeah.
That green guy always freaked me out a little. I don't know why. Something about him doesn't look right. I don't know what it is.
Doesn't make me feel any happier.
I remember my dad watched the.
Now, Finn, we aren't supposed to judge people by how they look.
Yeah, but he's bald.
Oh, okay, never mind.
I remember my dad watched.
Bald people suck. unless the listeners happen to be bald, then you're
cool.
It's very fitting on you, honestly.
It
looks nice on you.
It suits you.
Yeah.
Your hair, or therefore lack of, suits you well.
Yep.
I was watching this, not this episode, but the Christmas sing-along episode. Sing-along, I mean, with my dad.
Yeah.
A few years back. And the part where Nicholas is like, I wonder if I'll ever be happy again. My dad was like, oh, womp womp. It's like, oh, the poor guy, he mocked him. He was like, I wonder if I'll ever be happy again.
I'm sorry, that bread actually looks good to me.
It does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That nun looks good to me.
What?
Likewise.
What do you mean?
Now, be honest, Blunder. Petunia, kind of fun.
The character?
Yeah.
She isn't a nun normally. Normally she's got like red hair.
I don't know.
She's wearing a costume right now. You can't see her her true beauty. Actually, you can, because true beauty is on the inside, as we learned 2 episodes.
That's right.
You'll hear me say. She has nice teeth. I can give because God gave. Jesus' love is why I'm smiling. Scallion 3 needs to save.
I kind of see why they didn't make Jesus any type of food, and that's why he's just a human in that portrait.
Yeah, that would be kind of weird. That was Phil Vischer's mom's rule for the show, which I guess Phil didn't have to follow, but it was a good thing he did.
Yeah. Props to Sydney Trent for her performance as Petunia here. I really like.
She is so
I really
good.
like her performance in that song.
So good. I would love to have her on my podcast. I feel like I could probably make it happen.
Yeah.
I need to make it happen. She is so talented. Beautiful voice. Petunia's just a good character too. People say, "Oh, she doesn't do enough," but they're just thinking about like the VeggieTales show. I think because of the old shows, I feel like she really was a. She was a contributing character in the old show. Watch Twas as an example. You know, she has a lot of personality there. I don't bake yet. Unhelpful humanitarian song. Mangy pet. There he is. I like.
Finn, what are your thoughts on this silly song?
I really like it. I'm
glad I'm not the only one who likes it.
I used to cry laughing when I was little watching it. I know a lot of fans seem to fuss about it, but I can't not like it. I would cry when I was little watching this. This might have been one of a few things in VeggieTales that would have me physically crying. My brother too. It was always Mr. Lunt that had us laughing. Larry had me smiling, but I never really cackled at the silly song, you know? Mr. Lunt, something about him, just his delivery, his lack of eyes, his mustache.
Yeah.
Wait. At least they aren't chocolate donuts.
True, they're strawberry?
I think it was pink glazed donuts.
They look good. They look oddly bland enough to be really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Benny looks good too. I like his model. So yeah, whenever we were little, we had a weird childhood. There was a paper mache bone man. We would bring it at Halloween, and for a little while, my mom convinced me and my brother he was real, and she would take the keyboard to the other room and play donuts for Benny on the computer and type on the screen that it was the skeleton named Bonesy. It'd say, "Hey, I'm Bonesy,
nice,
and I'm gonna play you a song," and he would play it on loop, and me and my brother would cry laughing, and my mom would act like she was frustrated. She was like, "Why does he keep playing the song?" I have a good mom.
You do. I've met your mom, and she's amazing.
She is.
I'm sorry. I almost never see a dog eat donut, and like that one time in Steven Universe when Steven said, "And then no feed my donut to a dog," and it was chocolate. What the flip?
I need to watch Steven Universe.
I was waiting for your reaction.
Around. I really need to watch Steven Universe. I have a couple friends who like it. Doggies have feelings. That part always made me laugh too. That angle of them defying Mr. Lunt. Doggies have feelings.
Doggies like sweet sweet treats. Come from
Oh, toss me around again, baby. Around, around, around. Donuts are dreamy, they're creamy. These donuts are dreamy, they're filling us creamy.
I just want to holler at Chiboy.
He threw him high up. He threw him
around.
He threw him past the
It reminds me of that gosh darn frog. Hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Yeah. Dogs give donuts to dogs.
That you should not.
Thank you for your devoted service, Captain. It's good to be home.
Mr. Lunt's like, oh, my spine! He threw me so high! Gus Mart! Gus Mart, I would shop at Gus Mart.
Yeah, same.
This is sad.
They should have rebranded. They should have rebranded this episode to Larry's Toga.
We represent the Gus Mart.
Okay, if you know where those two wooden toys came from, you should know, Kev.
I wasn't looking.
Oz. It
was
the aardvark and the chameleon from Oz.
Oh, yeah. I wasn't looking, but I would have gotten that.
I pulled back the lever,
I know.
and he did this.
I know. I've noticed it before.
Oh my gosh.
I just forgot.
Isn't that the one where Bob goes, you must be real lucky to have a cool toy like that? And Larry's like, almost. Same one.
Sure.
Right? That was the same one?
Yep.
You were supposed to get mad and be like, no!
And then Larry starts talking about all of his high-tech toys, and Bob is like, I got cable last month.
You are so early 90s.
That's a good one. Get back. I know how to use this.
Mr. Lunt should be mad. Also, he can't recognize him because of a chin. He got a little taller and he a chin. And now Mr. Lunt can't recognize him. Mr. Lunt
maybe he's lost.
He doesn't have eyes, to be fair.
There's so much to tell you.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Kev?
I was just saying, maybe his vision's gotten worse since then.
What vision?
You have a point.
I do think they should have utilized the forehead wrinkles more often.
Yeah.
It would have looked maybe it would have looked odd, but I feel like it would have also helped to express and emote him. I like the gradient on Nick. I really appreciate that he's not just one full color.
I think I have something that could help. I've saved it for you. It belonged to your father.
Who died? It belonged to your father, who died. Your mom died too. Your parents are dead, Nicholas. You shouldn't have come back. Nothing's changed. I like how big the eyes on that fish are.
Yeah.
Only if Mr. Lunt had eyes, but honestly, that would be creepy.
there have been some cool fan edits of Mr. Lunt with eyes. Mr. Lunt might be one of my top favorites. He definitely is one of my top favorites. Maybe
he's my favorite.
I was gonna say he may be my favorite. I really like Archie and Jimmy, Bob and Larry. I don't know. Mr. Lunt is definitely the funniest.
Yeah.
Oh, how nice.
Oh, the Sea of Galilee.
Delicious.
Wow, just eating nothing.
Mr. Lunt could say anything and it would be funny. His commentary
was just like, they only want me to make the Mr. Lunt sounds.
Mr. Lunt never lost character. I'm not gonna lie. He never didn't feel like Mr. Lunt.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was one of those characters where whoever wrote Mr. Lunt wrote him like Mr. Lunt. Maybe it was less
even
in
the house.
Even in the house, yeah.
Nailed him.
That's what I mean. Yeah, he was so perfect. It's almost like Phil's performance just made the character every time.
Mr. Lunt doesn't have a voice. He's always just had sounds.
He goes, I like how she screams and runs away. Did she take her cookie?
Look at Nicholas's big naturals.
Wait, now wouldn't they have made the money? Or I guess Gustav owns the business, right?
Yeah.
I was gonna say they would have made the money anyway, but there's a cut scene here too.
Man, why does Gustav recognize him, but Octavius doesn't?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
That's sad.
That's true. Gustav was his true friend all along.
That's right.
Did some work or during your travels? Oh yeah, because just Santa Claus? Oh yeah, you don't know what that is.
Oh, so you get what's happening. He's becoming Santa. So Blender, you've never seen this episode?
No.
I can't believe that. It's such a classic. You've seen Toy, right? Have you seen the one with Cavus and Millward, Star of Christmas? Where they're playwrights and they're putting on the show?
I think the one that I know the most is like God is bigger than a boogeyman.
Yep.
Bigger than Godzilla, and there's something's on TV.
Yep, that's it. The something's on TV.
Yep.
That's a good episode. You should watch more. We could call and watch it if you ever want to do that.
Yeah.
Me and Kev and Blender need to call and watch the whole show.
Yeah.
I'd be totally down for that. I like that cape.
Yeah, but the ones I think I would watch the least is the Noah's Ark one.
Yeah, Noah's Ark of a Netflix show. People weren't big on those. I kind of like him. I do like him. I like him a lot. Yeah, I mean they came back with the about the VeggieTales show, right?
Yeah, it's the VeggieTales show live on stage.
Yep. So they brought it back kind of to the classics. Although whenever people say the VeggieTales show brought back the classic designs, I kind of beg to differ. They sort of.
That was the goal. The goal was to bring back the classic. That's what they tried to do.
That was the goal. That was the intention. But I don't feel like they really did. They how about this? They did for certain frames. Certain frames they brought back the classic design. But the eyes, I know basically the eyes were so different and so consistently different. It wasn't like a facial expression. It was their default pose, and it completely changed their design, in my opinion. They didn't feel right.
Now she won't have to go to jail.
She won't have to go to jail. He's like, I don't know anything about that. Cobbler does a good Nicholas impression.
Yeah.
I am not good at voices.
What's that?
I'm not very good at voices.
That would be one stinky tree.
I think the voice I'm good at the most is my own.
Yeah.
Yeah, you do have a very good CEC Blender impression.
It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Do your CEC Blender impression, Blender.
Hello, I'm CEC Blender.
Wait.
I don't know.
Okay, I think
par.
Finn can do. I think Finn can do it slightly better.
Let me try.
It's still pretty close.
Let me try. Hi, I'm a cool guy. My name's CEC Blender. I make Chuck E. Cheese animations. I have a popular channel.
Had a popular channel.
Welcome back to my Minecraft channel. This is CEC Blender. CEC Blender from the hit anime CEC Blender. Same joke I made with the other Blender who joined our commentaries.
Yeah.
Acting enough? 3, 2, 1 Blender. Yeah, he joined the. I don't know. Might be the previous episode or 3 back. I'm not sure where this one will fall in line, to be honest. I try to publish them in order that I record them, but sometimes,
I like how he basically just dresses up as Wonder Woman for some reason.
I like the moment where he shakes and goes, as if this outfit isn't distracting enough. Mr. Lunt's got good jiggle physics. Platonically. Don't fail us, young Nicholas. And it's gonna fall, and he's gonna fall through it, and he's gonna run off with it. Don't fail us, young Nicholas.
Nicholas.
He did hesitate. He should have been a little faster. That second time he.
Ben, I'm looking at your YouTube recommendations right now.
Oh yeah.
And it looks like Blender being here has influenced them a bit.
Yeah, I guess it heard me talking about Chuck E. Cheese because now I'm getting Chuck E. Cheese recommendations.
Yeah.
Which is strange because this account I'm on, I don't ever post on or watch videos on, so it shouldn't know what to recommend me. It shouldn't have any idea. because these are all private videos I made for the purpose of doing stuff like this.
Well, at least you can say that you are in for a really good time.
I love that shot. Those eyes were glowing.
Yeah.
That's spooky.
Hey, I kind of like that outfit.
Oh my gosh, why?
It's Robin Hood. Robin Hood.
The little guy looks like an elf.
The little guy. Looks like an elf. I thought it was Robin Hood. Robin Hood. Here it is. No.
Snow on the snow. No one here is a moving.
What do you think of the episode so far, Blender? How does it compare to the ones that you've seen?
Don't worry, my sweet.
Whatever angel
God has
sent
to help us
will
not fail.
So far, I actually like it.
Hey, Bob, can the youngest girl's stocking be
Why'd it turn red?
Can it? No, Larry. Her
I think I remember hearing about this story quite a bit, especially when it came with the claymation one.
Yeah, but you've never seen it all the way.
Imagine a reanimated project for one of the VeggieTales Christmas specials, but it's made to look like one of the old Rankin Bass claymation specials.
Oh, that would be
cool.
That would be cool.
I really want to see if it could make claymation. That sounds like it would be really hard.
I would love to see VeggieTales claymation.
I think the closest thing that I think when I like
you can watch the Robot Chicken parody.
Yeah, it's not the
the
same.
Robot Chicken parody.
I don't recommend watching it. Father.
All my girls are saved.
All his girls are saved.
Aww.
Blender, do you remember what the sheep used to look like in VeggieTales? I know Kev does. Do you remember how cute they were in the 90s?
I mean, I guess.
They had like the little dot eyes and stuff. If you watched the Christmas Spectacular cut of Toy, then you've probably seen them. Otherwise, I'm not sure if you've seen Dave and the Giant Pickle or not, but they were in that. I like this joke. I always like jokes like this, where you just cut back.
Scooby-Doo goes burr.
Yeah, they did that in Scooby-Doo.
You know what made me really sad?
What's that?
When I bought my first copy of David and the Giant Pickle on DVD, and I saw that it had How to Draw the Sheep on it, and I was hoping for the 96 sheep, but it was the sheep from Little Joe.
Oh, really? On the Dave DVD?
Yeah.
Why would they show you how to draw the design that came 10 years later?
I guess they just forgot that they had redesigned the sheep.
I guess maybe whoever made the DVD was just like, oh, sheep, close enough.
Yeah. If I recall correctly, it was Brian Roberts who did that one. No, I don't think so. I do remember Brian Roberts doing How to Draw the French Peas at the end of Silliness DVD. I really liked that one.
If only I knew how to draw the French peas. I need to watch this.
I know, yeah.
It is something I've been trying to. It's been something I've been trying to figure out for a long time. Like I just can't do it. I just can't do it. I can't draw the French peas. Larry is naked.
Honestly, though, like the characters, the French peas are so simple that when you make one mistake, it really, really shows, and that can make them sort of harder to draw.
I guess that's
from my experience. From my experience, if I'm trying to make them look like, show accurate, if I'm trying to do realistic peas, that's kind of hard.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I probably could. I don't do a lot of French pea drawing in my spare time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Larry was naked in one shot a minute ago maybe. If anyone noticed, there was a shot where they were going up the hill and he lost his clothes.
I always notice Larry being naked.
Well, it does happen seemingly fairly often.
Yep.
What's
Larry,
wearing clothing besides for aesthetic purposes? They're always naked.
Yeah. They only wear clothes. I like how you put that, aesthetic purposes. That's pretty accurate. Just for the purpose of like their role. He's ho-ho-hoing. Also, I didn't commentate on one of my favorite jokes. I forgot to mention when he goes to the wall and goes, rake, shovel, ho, ho, ho. It's so...
Yeah.
But that's one of my favorite jokes. In this episode, at least. Maybe in the show in general, because it always stands out to me. I think about it a lot. I think it's funny. Nobody gets hurt. Such an obscure reference. Not terribly obscure, but like if you're new to this, you have no idea why he said that. If you've been following VeggieTales for a while, that was from Toy. If you bought St. Nicholas for your church or your family and you hadn't watched the previous ones, then you probably had no idea why he said that.
I don't know why. I just thought about you just see the just jumping in front of the moon, just looking like they're flying. I'm just thinking about, oh look, imagine if like they fall instead after jumping, like they just missed the cliff.
They lose gravity halfway through, or they lose velocity and gain gravity, I guess. Get back in touch with gravity. One issue, they never resolved the law that Gustav made. Did Gustav just give up? Because he didn't have a change of heart.
No.
And he didn't actually give up. He was shocked and he passed out, but he didn't revoke his law. So is Nick still going to get arrested? Or is he going to skip town with Octavius? Are they going to book it and skip town?
I don't like one of the claymation movies. He was always just wanted, but no matter what, he can never catch him.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess it is kind of like that. He'll never win. Did I see Dad Carrot walk past the aisle and then Dad Carrot come back into the room again? I think I saw 2 Dad Carrots. Maybe I'm wrong.
Huh.
Now, help me out, Kev. This town, was it used previous to this, or is this new?
I think it was new.
Because they used it in 'Twas the Night Before Easter again, I think, and maybe some of the maybe League, possibly League. It kind of became like the new Veggie Town, the new Bumbleberg.
Yeah.
I wish they referenced the fact that they were in Bumbleberg more often outside of the Larry Boy episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Also, I'm thinking of a lot of stuff here. I like that P family. That's cute. I'm assuming it's Percy, and I liked Mr. Nezer's design in this episode, and I like Scallion 3's ever attractive presence. Poor George.
I like how everyone just laughed.
Poor George. They all left.
Tell me, what you doing?
Junior
Giving you money to fix a
does not like church, as we learned in this episode.
That's right.
He just got everyone to leave church. Jesus, you're trying to do something for God, but you just convinced everyone to leave church, so you really think God's happy with you right now?
Mr. Grouch.
I think it's so funny that Gustav's big character arc is that he gave them $1 extra. Had they been like $10 short, 20, had they been like, you have to imagine it's kind of expensive. Had they been like $50 short, and then he paid it, that would have showed. But they were $1 short. Bye, Jimmy. You know what I'm saying, though, right? Like his big character arc is that he chipped in $1.
Yeah.
He didn't give their money back. He didn't do it for free. He chipped in $1. He basically got exactly what he wanted minus $1, and he just.
Oh my gosh! I just realized the wheels were not moving. The wheels were not moving.
Gustav had some massive change of heart. I love how VeggieTales villains do that. all he did was chip in $1 and do his job that he got paid.
Do you think he also had Mr. Nezer's morale?
Possibly the morality switch. Also, my sister always points out how Dad Carrot takes credit for this. She always points out, she's always like, he took full credit for that. She said, "It's beautiful, Daddy," and he was like, "Yeah, Merry Christmas," like he did it. And shouldn't they be a little concerned, or I'm overanalyzing, but shouldn't they be a little like, like what happened here type of thing?
Yeah.
Ryan Roberts. Okay, that was St. Nicholas CEC Blender. What do you think of St. Nicholas CEC Blender?
Honestly, I thought it was great.
I'm glad.
I really liked it. It was enjoyable, and it just gave me nostalgia when I was growing up watching the claymation version of the origin of Santa Claus.
I'm glad you said that, because it's a good episode. I don't think it really parodied "Here Comes Santa Claus" too. I know that's not what you're saying. I'm thinking like Little Drummer Boy flat out parodied. Not even parodied. They kind of just redid the Rankin and Bass space.
Yeah.
What I've been told, but I haven't seen the original, if ever, in a long time. Really? If ever, yeah. I feel like I've seen it, but if so, it's been a long time. I grew up with like the collection DVD of like Rudolph, Frosty, Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and something else. But I only ever really watched like Rudolph and Frosty.
Huh.
Sometimes the extra ones on the discs. Kev, do you know the DVD I'm talking about? The big Christmas classics.
Wait, repeat what you said?
The big Christmas classics DVD set of Rankin and Bass.
Oh
specials. Yeah. With like the bonus episodes, like Rudolph, and then like Rudolph Toy Island or whatever, or like Jiminy Cricket. And Drummer Boy was like a bonus episode on those discs, and I never really watched it. I did watch some of the bonus ones, but I don't think I really.
Yeah.
I might have. I think I watched it once. But yeah, this one definitely harkens to Santa Claus is Coming to Town, but it's not like Little Drummer Boy where they just did their same episode. And Phil helped write this one, right?
I mean,
yeah, he did.
During this point, like VeggieTales was just considered as a kids show, so maybe.
Yeah. I mean, a family show, you know, not to be a stickler, but having talked to Phil, I have to call it a family show now when someone says kids show. But I know what you mean. So how does this compare? You said you saw Toy. How does this compare to Toy?
Let me see. The Toy it definitely had a lot of jokes. This one's more of a origin, but then I think also the Toy one was pretty enjoyable.
I like it.
I like this one as well.
We should watch more Christmas specials sometime, just so we can say you've seen all the Christmas specials at least.
Yeah, we should. Even though Christmas was technically 5 months ago.
Well,
yeah,
it depends on how you look at it. Either it was 5 months ago, or it is June, July, August, or 7 months away.
True.
Or something like that. Fa La La is a good little song. Once again, Mike writing the silly songs like Donuts for Benny and Fa La La, and Phil writing the lesson songs like I Can Love.
Donut for Benny.